The Cowboys are in the early stages of their search to replace Mike McCarthy as head coach, but one name is already known: former Cowboys legend, current Colorado coach Deion "Primetime" Sanders. A source said Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones and Sanders spoke Monday, and while an interview has not been scheduled, the two are expected to continue their dialogue. Our Adam Schefter shared this statement from Prime. Quote, "To hear from Jerry Jones is truly delightful and it's intriguing. I love Jerry and I believe and process it and think about it. It's intriguing, but I love Boulder, and everything there is about our team, the coaches, our student body, and the community." Okay, let's marinate on that for a second. Stephen A., I don't know if I'm buying that little Boulder sentiment there. Let's be honest. We know where Deion really lives. Does Deion and the Dallas Cowboys, do you feel like that makes sense?
It does to me, and I understand completely why it doesn't to anybody else because of Jerry and who Jerry is. I get that part. But what I'm trying to make people understand is that as much as you know about Deion's primetime Deion Sanders personality, and much as a guy like Louis Riddick speaks about his professionalism, his culture, his discipline, etc., understand that he's such a vibrant personality that Jerry won't affect him. Jerry being Jerry doesn't affect Deion Sanders being Deion Sanders. And it's not going to dilute the impact he's going to have on the players he coaches and how he chooses to coach. I'm telling you this. And unlike a Bill Parcells or unlike somebody else, Deion Sanders has the ability to wrap his arms around Jerry and say, "Jerry, come here, man. Listen to me. Let me talk to you." Other people had to sit up there and succumb to Jerry Jones saying, "Yo, this is what I want to do, and here's how I want to do it." It's like somebody going up to Shannon. You go up to Shannon all you want to. Oh, Blue Eyes, check out this analogy. You go up to Shannon Sharpe, right? You can ask him. But how you ask him matters. You roll up on Shannon Sharpe. That's what I need you to do. All of a sudden, he goes, what? You understand? You go up to old Blue Eyes, Jeff Saturday, a.k.a. Sergeant Friday. You understand? You got to know what you're talking about. You can't give one of Stevens A-list. You understand what I'm saying? And think that's going to cut it. You understand? It's not going to work. You understand? It's a way that you got to deal with people. I'm saying Deion has that element. That element that Jerry Jones won't shun because it still shines a light on the Cowboys, but it doesn't dilute his shine.
Yep. Both
can be true. And that's why I think it could work. I don't believe Deion's sentiments about Colorado one bit. I've never believed that Deion belongs in Boulder, Colorado. I know he appreciates what they've done for him, just like he appreciated HBCU and Jackson State hiring him. But in the end, this is the damn NFL. And I don't want to hear about coaching his son either. I don't believe that. Guess what? You ain't going to coach your son in college because he's about to leave. Okay? So evidently you're prepared to coach without him on a collegiate level. Why wouldn't you be unprepared to coach without him on an NFL level? I don't believe that 1 second. I believe if Jerry Jones offers Deion Sanders this job, Deion Sanders going to take it.
Shannon, I agree with Stephen A. that Deion's the thermostat and he's not the thermometer. Do you concur with that sentiment? Because you've been critical of Jerry in that, he doesn't want to give up any power.
He's the guy. Deion comes in and he's automatically bigger than Jerry. Jerry don't want no coach. When was the last time Jerry had a player bigger than him? When was the last time Jerry had a coach bigger than him? Time shows up, he's automatically bigger than Jerry. That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work. Do I believe time can resonate with the guys in the locker room? Because you're absolutely right, Stephen A. He's very affable. He has a way he's played the game at an elite level. The highest of the highs.
Yep.
That's what time is. But Jerry ain't going to allow that because here's the thing. Time might do one thing. They go behind Time's back, go upstairs to Jerry, and then it's just like parents. Saturday, you have kids. Stephen A., you have kids. If you say no and they go to mama and mama says yes, what has happened? It's weakened you.
Yep.
That's what Jerry has always done. He's always emasculated the coach. Every coach he's had since Bill Parcells. Therein lies the reason why he only hires coaches that does not have the personality or the backbone to stand up and say, Jerry, you're wrong. You hired me, let me do this. He gives the head coach the title only, but he doesn't have no say. He's not allowed to build that team. He's not allowed to build that roster. He has nothing to do with free agency. He has nothing to do with the draft. He has nothing to do with the final 53. And then when I try to do something, you undercut me. Time would be, no, Time don't need to go there. Time needs to go somewhere where he has the type of control like he has in Colorado and can build a program. You're not building a program with Jerry Jones as the overseer. That ain't happening.
Yeah, I 100% agree with with Shannon. And let me say it this way, because one of the things that you said was that Jerry being Jerry, Stephen A., you said this, wouldn't affect Deion. And unfortunately, that's not the truth, because the minute that the conversation starts in grown men money and the dude circumvents the head coach and walks into the owner's office and the owner gives him a different response than what the head coach, you've already usurped all his authority. And it matters. In a locker room, when you walk in, the authority, the one voice principle matters. I remember Bill Polian told us for the 14 years I was in Indianapolis, hey, when you walk in here, there's going to be one voice, and that's Tony Dungy, or that's Jim Caldwell. I'll talk to you once a year. This is the last time. If you need me, come find me, but it better have gone through whoever the head coach was. It matters because now that coach is equipped with the authority to do his job. I don't care how good a coach you are, how good a staff you build. If a player wants something different than the head coach, those two visions have now split. If you side with the player, you've weakened your team. This has nothing to do with Deion Sanders and everything to do with Jerry Jones. Because here's the truth is, the last guy that had the authority to walk in that room and say something had won Super Bowls for Jerry, and Jerry fired him. 30 years of behavior tells you that Jerry ain't changed and they ain't winning because of it. That's just the facts.
Okay. Let me throw a little history on y'all for a second here and ask you both to consider this. I defer to your NFL knowledge. We talking people skills now. We keep acting like Jerry Jones let go of Jimmy Johnson just because of ego. If you listen to all the noise emanating out of Dallas, Jimmy Johnson, and I'm not saying he was wrong about this, but was very dismissive of Jerry Jones. And in some cases, what people would label as disrespectful. I love Jimmy Johnson. I'm not trying to cast any aspersions on him. I'm just talking about the reports that were emanating out of there. Because Jerry Jones prided himself on knowing football, coming from Arkansas and all of this other stuff. And then you heard noise about Jimmy Johnson being disrespectful. I'm saying it wasn't just about Jerry Jones wanting credit. It was also him feeling that a subordinate that he brought in was treating him like trash. And that's how bad it got. So we fast forward. Now, clearly, since that time, Jerry Jones has been on a mission to have something to prove. And it's really, really debilitated the franchise.
Failed miserably.
Conference championship. They failed miserably, right? What, and I ask, and I say this with a question, and I ask both of you. Jerry Jones is 82 years old. Time is running out. The Dallas Cowboys missed the playoffs. The shrapnel of criticism and cynicism has descended down upon him more so than anybody else. This Mike McCarthy situation, how that was handled, hasn't helped.
Yep.
Dak Prescott hasn't helped. CeeDee Lamb hasn't helped. Derrick Henry, pass it on him, hasn't helped. Is it possible, guys, that if somebody with a magnetic personality himself that has a good relationship that can wrap his arms around Jerry, you're telling me it's completely impossible that some level of modification could kick in?
Yeah, because Jerry thinks he knows more. Let me ask you a question, Stephen A., and I'm going to throw it back to you because you like to do this. How many times did you think Mr. Kraft went down to Bill Belichick's office and thought he knew more football than Coach Belichick?
Right.
Never.
That was the problem with Jerry. That was the problem Jimmy had. It wasn't that he was his boss. It was him thinking that he knew more football than Jimmy, and he did. He said, because Al Davis used to say, I coach the coach. Jimmy adopted that philosophy.
That's right.
I'm in charge of everything from the jock to the jocks, which is the players, and the jock strap, which is the garment that they wear. That was Jimmy's problem with Jerry. Jerry, after a couple of years, actually thought he knew more football, how to build a team better than Jimmy Johnson. He kept trying to butt in.
Để bắt đầu vào làm thì đây mình đã chuẩn bị những nguyên liệu và dụng cụ như sau này. Ở đây mình có một cái cái thước kẻ, một cây bút màu, một cái kéo, một cái compa, bút chì và keo dán. Keo dán mình sẽ sử dụng là keo nến nhé. Các bạn nào mà không có keo nến thì có thể sử dụng các loại hồ dán hoặc là các loại keo khác mà nó có thể dính được giấy là được nha. Tiếp theo thì ở đây mình có chuẩn bị 2 tờ giấy màu, một tờ giấy màu kem và một tờ giấy màu xanh. Bây giờ mình sẽ đi cắt cái tờ giấy màu xanh trước nha. Đây, giờ mình sẽ đi cắt cái tờ giấy màu xanh này. Đây, giờ mình sẽ cắt ra nha. Mình sẽ xoay ra đây một hình nha. Giờ mình sẽ cắt nó ra nha.